Okay, so at this point, I'm learning. This is still in 2006. I'm learning that God takes me seriously, and so I'm starting to like learn how to talk to Him and learn how to work with Him and learn that the more I talk with Him and use Him as a fundamental stability or stabling force in my life, the more He opens me up to learn new things. Ooh, sorry about that. Learn new things about um, life and how Christianity works. So I say to him, I said, God, can you make a pillar of fire? Because in when Moses and the slaves left Egypt, they followed a light at night. That was Jesus, and um, fire during the day. That was, or a pillar of fire during the day. That was God. And I was like, I want to see a pillar of fire, and I'll know you're there. I'll know you're with me. And I was in the kitchen. I was about to make food. I think I had just turned on the stove, and we had a metal stove. We didn't have gas burners. And all of a sudden, this 2-foot pillar of fire ignites from my stove. And I was thinking, okay, maybe there's a bunch of grease around it or something, but not really, because we didn't really make a mess when we cooked. And so I'm watching this 2-foot pillar of fire just burn, and I grabbed the fire extinguisher, and I just knew it would go away in a moment if I just waited. So I watched it for like 25 seconds, half a minute, and then I finally said, wow, yeah, God must be really with me. And then it just went out. Oof, wow, that, you can't call that a coincidence. Like a pillar, it was a pillar of fire about 2 feet tall. And then it went out. And so I actually make friends with skeptics. Skeptics will say things like, "Oh, I don't believe in Jesus, da 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 da. I don't believe in Christianity, da da da." And I'll say, "Well, these are the miracles I've seen." And they'll say, "Well, these could be coincidences that you pray for people, and it's just like just the fact that you're praying and talking takes their mind off of it, and the pain goes away." And I say, "Sure, that's a possibility once or twice. So how do we prove it? How do we prove it's not that it's not just in their mind and imagination?" Well, we do it over and over and over and over and over again. Because I've prayed for people and their eyesight has gotten better, and the nerve damage has gotten better, and their bones have moved, and pain's gone away, and insomnia has gone away, ADHD has gone away. I healed a coworker's back. She said it. I always ask people how bad is the pain. They'll say like, oh, 7 out of 10, and it went away. And she came back and she said, hey, can you heal this other girl? Okay. And that was really cool, because that was one of the first times that happened. Like she came and, hey, Josh, can you come and pray for this girl over here and do your healing thing? I'm like, yeah, sure. Um, so I went up to this girl and I said, hey, I'm not gonna do anything weird. I'm not trying to tell you to believe in Jesus. I'm just, you know, God gave me this gift, and I want to use it, right? Because if I can heal people, I have to, a responsibility to try and use it, right? You're gonna be a superhero. You got to use it. You can't just sit on it, and that usually calms people down, because um, people don't want the intimacy of Jesus from people, because, well, for so long it was like, you have to believe in Jesus or you're going to hell. Like, ugh, that's like an awful way to want to belong to a philosophy that's supposed to help your life. Like, do it or suffer. Like, that's very kind of like villainous way to kind of introduce people to something. It's just, ugh, it's not something I can do. So I say, okay, all you got to do is, you know what? Just let me point. I'm just going to point at you. She's like, okay, and you can point at me. I'm like, okay. So what hurts? And she goes, well, I get headaches. I have insomnia. I have really bad cramps. My stomach hurts. My knees hurt. My feet hurt. My back hurts. I'm like, okay, what are the numbers? She's like, sevens and sixes. And I was like, okay. So I pray for her. I spend like 30 seconds, a minute. And I go, okay, I'm going to come back in 5 minutes. And the coworker who brought me over starts talking to me. And I step away and I come back and I'm like, all right, how is it? And she goes, she like wiggles her back and wiggles her legs and taps her belly. And she goes, it all went away. I said, can you find it at all? Like anywhere? And she goes, No, it's all gone. What? So I wish I was unlocked, because when I'm unlocked, I can do more. I'd really like to do burn units and pray for people with burns and heal them, and hopefully I'll get that chance. But yeah, so that's a story I wanted to share.